Hey, what's up, everybody? You're now tuned into T. And it's your girl, Jazzy J.
Mike Diesel.
And we in the building, y'all, man. Thank y'all for everybody that came through. Like, where y'all been at? Yeah. Our boy Pat, like, what's up? Our peeps like, what's up? So we appreciate y'all. Mike and I were out of town, y'all. We've been trying to post videos, but we didn't have service. So we are back. We wanted to actually post this yesterday, but we see the fam is getting it out there.
Yeah, man. Fam got
exactly. We only are posting.
Man, Major K Money.
Major K Money. They posting the videos, keeping the word out. So appreciate y'all. This video is Grandmaster J. When I tell you he is dropping gems, literally dropping gems. We watched the whole 2-hour video. We're only going to post a portion of it because we want y'all to go to the original video, which is AKA Radio. Subscribe to that brother and check him out, man, because this video is aces. And not just Grandmaster J, but there's also an elder speaking on there that has some wonderful information. So go ahead and check that video out. And let's spread the word. Let's get this word out for Grandmaster J, man. And what else do they need to keep doing?
Hey, if you got a page, you need to like, share, subscribe.
Man, for real.
You got a page, share the video, man.
Share it.
Share the video.
Exactly. And make sure we keep those donations going to Grandmaster J. So he knows that he has our support. All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all coming in. Thanks, fam. And we will see y'all next time.
Much love, family.
All right, much love. Peace.
So, Grandmaster J, the floor is yours.
Bid you all shalom. I bid you all peace. To each and every individual under the sound of my voice, you are my brothers and my sisters. Though we are separated, we are not. You are not foreigners. You are not someone from another country. By blood and by melanin, we are all one family. I bid you welcome. And I say to all of those who are participating in this conversation, I salute you and I honor you. You could be anywhere in the world, but on this day, the ancestors have led us to this point. For a meeting of the minds, a meeting of the spirit, the meeting of the determination, of the destination, the course that we must set globally. Otherwise, we face a future of subjugation and eventual extermination, even though it is predicted that by the year 2050, we should be the largest population on the planet. Not too long ago, about a year ago, the ancestral spirits became restless. About a year ago, from the highest heights of the dome to the depths of Sheol, all of those who bled, died, suffered, and fought became restless. And they began to speak, not only to me, but to all of you. And that voice in your head, that unrest that was growing in your body, the uncomfortable situation that was developing globally, didn't feel like something that was natural. So it was only natural for us to respond in the spirit. We're not dead. We may be tied. We're not dead. We may be paralyzed. We're not dead. We might have been blinded. And at some point we shook off the ropes and we shook off the chains and we woke up from the brainwash, starting here in the United States, and then spreading around the globe. In the same way I just told you that we're all brothers and sisters, so are they. No matter what name they may divide themselves up for to be organized, it is an organization that was put together for you. So they too became restless when they saw us standing up. And we stood up. As we say in the United States, we pulled up. And when they saw that, their worst nightmare was walking around. You see, we're a passionate people. We're a connected people. We're a determined people. Unfortunately, we're compassionate people. We're a loving people. We're a forgiving people. And that has been our undoing because we always give the enemy the benefit of the doubt. when they give us nothing in return but lies, tainted gifts, Trojan horses, and of course the ability to exploit our own kind against us. There's nothing new under the sun. There never has been. This movement is not new, and it was not. I simply gave it, as they say, a resuscitation. I simply gave it a resurrection. I simply gave it a purpose. And you all came on board because in your spirit, you don't know the truth. You know the truth. You just needed somebody bold enough to step up and say, this is the truth, and we're going to walk in it. And here we are a year later. Many say I'm a political prisoner now. Many say that I have been silenced because the world, the melanated world, is truly beginning to come into its own, and there'd have to be some questions asked. There'd have to be some debts paid. There'd have to be some treaties honored. There'd have to be some deaths avenged. Many of us forget. Many of us have never been taught. Many of us have become so beholden to those who enslaved us that we would fight to keep us all asleep in the matrix, rather than allowing us to oversee our differences, which make us great, and walk toward our destiny. So this morning, I salute all the leaders here. I bow down to your kingship, your queenship, because you are still the remnants of what was once the mightiest civilization on this planet. They know it. They just don't want you to know it. When I hear that it is the Europeans and it is the Chinese that we need to be afraid of, I would tell you, do not be remiss. Do not overlook the Arabs, because it was the Arabs who enslaved us first. It was the Arabs who cut off our trading routes. It was the Arabs that carted off so many of us from the northeastern portions of the motherland for all types of purposes that today, when I hear the term human trafficking, you want to watch human trafficking, study the 400 years of enslavement, and or better yet, go back to the 16th centuries that the Arabs did to us. And then we can have a conversation about who has colonized our minds, colonized our motherland, and carted off a great deal of us and left us here in the United States, treating us as if we're not your brothers and sisters. This is a conversation that is needed. It is a conversation that is feared. The movement is not dead. It never died. It may walk different. It may look different. It may talk different. Long after I'm gone, it will still be needed. So I welcome you all, and I welcome this conversation. Went into their playbook, because as I said before, if there is a respected black nation that sits at the table with them, then they have no problem airing our grievances with no sense of retribution, because that in itself would equal the playing field. That hasn't happened. Need I continue? Today, no such state exists. Nigeria, which is the most populous black nation on earth, is on the brink of collapse. The machineries that make a nation exist, let alone succeed, have all eroded. One might argue that the nation's creation, by seeking self-right imperialists, engendered its failure from the beginning, as I did when I first started off. But that's only part of the problem. We have a culture of incompetence. We have a culture of endemic corruption. We have a culture of dignified ineptitude. And chief among all those, we have a culture of destructive selfishness and greed, which has played a major role in our unraveling. The same, sadly, can be said for most other African nations, like nation-states like Zimbabwe, Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, and you got some of these democracies that are ruled by men who exclusively cater to their interests and those of their clipped circles. This has infected us. Let me tell you a story very quickly, and then I'll take my seat. In the civilian world, I build data centers. I build those networks. I build those servers, databases. I did that because that's what I was trained to do. And one day I heard a story in Africa about a data center that was built for free by the Chinese as a gift to Africa. And one day, somebody noticed that at midnight, all of the servers in this data center came alive and started transmitting data to China. And then in the morning, they'd go back to sleep. Remember, this was a gift. There's no such thing as a free lunch. And then, when everyone said, "What is this?" they said, "Oh, we're so sorry." And they came in for free and removed those servers, took them back to China. Here's the point I make. Since then, China has been giving gifts to every country with the exception of Swaziland, to every nation in Africa. Free roads, free bridges, free housing, free this, free that. We'll build it for you. They're coming in, they're providing all the money and the labor, and they're building it and using Chinese workers to do it. Oh, they'll let the Africans participate. But what you don't hear about is how they treat them. Because what people don't realize is that there used to be a time when they colonized you with the sword. Now they colonize you with the checkbook, and they put you in debt. And if you don't know this, debt is slavery. The Chinese are on every country in Africa. And because of the cultures that I just described, they have a firm foothold in the continent. You do know that China will run out of space to live by the year 2030. Where do you think they intend on going?